Imagine this. You're going about your day, minding your own business, when suddenly, someone insults you. Maybe they mock your beliefs. Maybe they attack your character. Maybe they just throw rude words at you for no reason. Your heart starts pounding. Your mind races, searching for the perfect comeback. But deep down, you know, reacting with anger will only make things worse. So what do? How do you respond in a way that makes them regret their words without losing your dignity? How do you stand your ground without lowering yourself to their level? That's exactly what we're going to explore today. Allah has given us wisdom on how to handle rude and disrespectful people. Instead of allowing them to control our emotions, we have the power to respond with intelligence, patience, and strength. In this video, we'll uncover the best ways to deal with rude people. Whether it's a stranger, a coworker, a family member, or even a friend, you will learn how to handle disrespect in a way that makes you stronger, not weaker. So stay with me until the end, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to support this channel. Stay calm and don't react immediately. There will be moments in life when people will test your patience. They will say things that hurt, that shake your confidence, that make you want to respond with anger. But remember this, your true strength is not in how loud you can shout back. Your true power is in how well you can control yourself. When someone disrespects you, your immediate reaction is to feel angry. Your heart beats faster, your mind fills with thoughts of revenge, and your tongue itches to respond with harsh words. But before you say anything, take a deep breath. The moment you open your mouth in anger, you give them control over you. But when you remain calm, you control the situation. Anger is like a fire. It burns everything in its path, including you. That is why the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught us to control our anger, to resist the urge to lash out, to remain composed even when people are being rude. The Qur'an reminds us that those who can control their emotions are loved by Allah. The ones who spend, for Allah's sake, in prosperity and adversity, and those who control anger and forgive people. And Allah loves those who are good in their deeds. Imagine this. Someone insults you, expecting you to argue, to raise your voice, to fight back. But instead, you simply look at them, breathe, and smile. Do you know what happens in that moment? You take away their power. You leave them confused. They expect a battle, but you give them peace. And in that moment, they realize something. They cannot shake you. They cannot control your emotions. They cannot bring you down to their level. Staying calm doesn't mean you are weak. It means you are wise. The strongest person is not the one who fights the most, but the one who can remain patient in the face of disrespect. When you control your anger, you become untouchable. No matter what someone says, no matter how cruel their words are, they cannot affect you unless you allow them to. But how do you control yourself when your blood is boiling? The answer is simple. Remember who you are. You are a Muslim. When someone disrespects you, take a deep breath and think, is their opinion worth my peace? Is their insult worth my dignity? The answer will always be no. You are better than their words. You are stronger than their insults. You are wiser than their negativity. So the next time someone tries to provoke you, do not give them what they want. Stay silent. Stay calm. Smile if you have to. But do not let their words shake your inner peace. Because once you master your emotions, you become unstoppable. No one can control you except Allah. And when Allah is with you, no insult, no disrespect, no negativity can ever bring you down. Reply with wisdom, not emotion. Words are powerful. They can heal and they can destroy. They can lift someone up or they can break someone down. But here's the secret. It's not just what you say, it's how you say it. When someone disrespects you, your first instinct might be to lash out, to defend yourself with harsh words, to fight back. But wisdom teaches us that the most powerful responses are not filled with anger. They are filled with intelligence and patience. When someone insults you, they are expecting an emotional reaction. They want to see you flustered, frustrated, and angry. But when you respond with wisdom and calmness, you throw them off balance. You show them that their words have no power over you. A wise person knows that not every battle is worth fighting. If someone disrespects you, responding with wisdom does not mean you are weak. It means you understand that your energy is too valuable to waste on negativity. You do not allow their words to enter your heart. You do not let their insults ruin your inner peace. Instead, you reply in a way that makes them reflect on their own behavior. Imagine someone says to you, "You're so useless, you'll never succeed." Now, the easy response would be to argue, to defend yourself, to throw an insult back. But a person of wisdom takes a deep breath and replies, "May Allah guide us both and give us success in this life and the next." What happens at that moment? The rude person is left speechless. They were expecting a fight, but you gave them a prayer instead. They were ready to see you angry, but you remained calm. Suddenly, they start to regret their words. They begin to feel foolish. Why? Because wisdom always wins over emotion. There is a saying, "A lion does not turn around when a dog barks." This means that when you are focused on your goals, when you know your worth, when you understand your value, you do not waste time on petty arguments. You do not allow the negativity of others to drag you down. You respond with dignity, and that makes you superior in every situation. The world is full of rude people. You cannot control how others speak to you, but you can always control how you respond. If you let emotions take over, you will regret your words later. But if you reply with wisdom, you will always walk away as the stronger person. The next time someone tries to bring you down, don't react emotionally. Instead, respond in a way that shows your intelligence, your patience, and your faith. Because a person who controls their tongue controls their destiny. And a person who responds with wisdom always leaves their enemies regretting their actions. Forgiveness is a strength, not weakness. Many people think that forgiving someone means you are weak. They believe that if you do not fight back, if you do not hold a grudge, then you are letting the other person win. But this is far from the truth. Forgiveness is not about weakness. It is about power. It is about being strong enough to let go, to move forward, and to refuse to carry the burden of someone else's negativity. When a rude person disrespects you, your heart fills with anger. You replay their words over and over in your mind, thinking of ways to get back at them. But ask yourself, who is suffering in this situation? You are. Your peace is gone. Your mind is restless. Your heart feels heavy. And the person who insulted you? They have already moved on. Now, imagine taking a different approach. Instead of holding on to the anger, you choose to forgive. Not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Suddenly, your heart feels lighter. The weight is gone. You are free. This is the power of forgiveness. It is a gift you give to yourself, not to them. Allah teaches us in the Qur'an, "The men of grace and wealth among you should not swear against giving their charitable gifts to the kinsmen and the poor, and to those who have migrated in the way of Allah, and they should forgive and forego." Do you not like that Allah forgives you? Allah is most forgiving, very merciful. When you forgive, you are not saying that what they did was okay. You are not allowing them to continue treating you badly. You are simply refusing to let their behavior control your happiness. You are choosing your inner peace over revenge, and that makes you a stronger person. Some people might say, "But they don't deserve my forgiveness." That's okay. Forgiveness is not about them, it is about you. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. It only harms you in the end. But when you forgive, you set yourself free. Forgiveness does not mean you allow people to walk all over you. If someone disrespects you repeatedly, you have the right to walk away, to distance yourself, to protect your peace. But in your heart, let go of the anger. Let go of the resentment, because the moment you do, you become untouchable. The strongest people in the world are not the ones who fight every battle. They are the ones who rise above it. So forgive, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. And that is true strength. Use silence as a weapon. Silence is one of the most powerful responses you can give to someone who disrespects you. Many people think that the best way to deal with rude individuals is to argue, to defend themselves, to prove a point. But the truth is, when you engage in an argument with someone who is looking for a fight, you lower yourself to their level. Silence, on the other hand, is the response of the wise. It shows control, dignity, and strength. When a rude person insults you, they want a reaction. They want to see you upset, frustrated, and angry. But when you remain silent, when you do not give them what they are looking for, they begin to feel powerless. They realize that their words have no effect on you. That is when they start to regret their behavior. Imagine someone is yelling at you, calling you names, trying to provoke you. Instead of arguing back, you simply look at them, smile, and walk away. What happens at that moment? They are left standing there, confused, embarrassed, and defeated. Why? Because they expected a battle, but you gave them nothing. You took away their power with your silence. Silence is not weakness. It is a weapon. It protects your peace. It forces the other person to think about their own behavior. It makes them question their actions. And most importantly, it keeps you in control. There is a saying, never argue with a fool. Onlookers may not be able to tell the difference. When you argue with a rude person, you put yourself on their level. But when you remain silent, you rise above them. You show that their words mean nothing to you. You show that your self-worth does not depend on their opinion. This does not mean that you should allow people to disrespect you. If someone is continuously rude, you have the right to distance yourself, to protect your boundaries, to walk away. But always remember, you do not have to fight every battle. Sometimes, the best response is no response at all. So the next time someone tries to bring you down with their words, use silence as your weapon. Let your dignity speak louder than their insults. Because in the end, silence is not empty. It is full of power. Make dua for them. It may sound strange. Why should you make dua for someone who disrespects you? Why should you pray for someone who hurt you, insulted you, or tried to bring you down? But here's the reality. When you make dua for someone who wronged you, you elevate yourself. You rise above the negativity. You prove that their words or actions have no control over your heart. When someone disrespects you, your first reaction is to feel anger. You want to see them suffer. You want to respond with harsh words or seek revenge. But what does that do? It only fills your heart with hatred. It poisons your soul. It keeps you trapped in the negativity that they created. But when you make dua for them, you free yourself. This is one of the most powerful lessons in Islam. When you respond to hate with goodness, it disarms the person who hurt you. It makes them think. It forces them to reflect on their actions. They expected you to curse them, to fight them, to wish bad upon them. But instead, you raised your hands and asked Allah to guide them. When you make dua for someone who disrespected you, you are not saying that what they did was okay. You are not justifying their actions. You are simply choosing to let Allah handle them. You are putting the situation in His hands, knowing that He is the best judge, the best planner, the best protector. Making dua for someone does not mean you have to keep them in your life. If someone is toxic, if they continue to harm you, it is okay to distance yourself. But in your heart, let go of hatred. Instead of wasting your energy on revenge, use that energy to ask Allah for something better. Say, Ya Allah, this person hurt me, but I leave their matter to you. Guide them, soften their heart, and give me the strength to move forward. That is real power. That is real strength. Because the one who can forgive, who can make dua even for their enemy, is the one who truly wins. And when you let go of negativity, you make space for blessings to enter your life. Disrespectful people will always exist, but how you respond to them defines your character, not theirs. You now know that the best way to deal with rude people is not through anger, not through revenge, but through wisdom, patience, and self-control. When you reply with dignity, when you stay silent instead of arguing, when you forgive instead of holding on to hate, you take away their power. Remember, your worth is not determined by someone else's words. Stay strong, stay wise, and trust that Allah sees everything. He is the best judge, and He will handle those who wrong you. If this video helped you, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to support the channel. May Allah bless you and protect you always. Until next time, stay strong and stay guided.